So obviously World War II, very big for the Channel Islands, more so as opposed to in Guernsey as opposed to Jersey, despite Guernsey not being like the largest Channel Island. Of course, becoming occupied between like the 30th of June 1940 and the 9th of May 1945. During this time, sort of armed Germans came and occupied the bailiwick, the entire bailiwick, including Guernsey, Alderney, Sark and Herm, and sort of technically Liu, even though it's still part of Guernsey. But that happened, and basically it was an interesting time for all those living there. Certainly a big struggle, I think, by the sound of things, in terms of what the islanders themselves, people who were occupied, sort of had to deal with. You know, I've heard stories of people having to eat their own pet dog because there was just no food at all. It was resorting to that. But it wasn't only the islanders starving. It was actually the German occupying forces who were struggling as well, because there was just no food in the island at all. So there was less of a divide between a German officer and an islander because they were all in the same boat. You know, the Germans were starving as well as the people being occupied. So that was a sort of very difficult way of life.
After D-Day in June 1944, the islands were completely cut off, and substitute food had to be found. Salt water was collected from depots and used for boiling with vegetables in place of salt. Tobacco was made from cherry leaves and other inedible plants.
The local officers in France, German officers in France, asked Paris and Berlin to release troops from the islands to give them a hand, and that they wouldn't let them have them. On average, they had about 13,000 troops in Guernsey, about 1,000 less than Jersey, and so if you'd taken 5,000 from each country, each place, there'd been 10,000 troops, and that's a lot of firepower.